Hello. Didn't mean to alarm you, but I am here. Me, Libbie Higgins, in my natural form, meaning that I am not a cyborg or an alien or any other kind of not human being. I am a human being, and you might be saying, that's very suspicious that you're saying that you're a human being and not something else. And you're right. If I heard someone saying, I'm a human, I'm not something else, I would be very suspicious. Just going to be real with you. Trying to get my sound levels all adjusted so that I don't blow your eardrums out. Got some good news here on the podcast today. My friend Cystina, who affectionately calls me Mama, got her cyst from her head removed. And if you are familiar with Cystina, you know that that cyst was getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And she ended up naming it Cystina because it took over pretty much her whole head. And when I say that, I just mean right here. But I wanted to get her on here, and she was busy because she's probably on other news networks talking about how she got her cyst removed. The comments lately on Cystina's videos has been, hey, get that thing checked out. Hey, that thing has a mind of its own. Hey, is that a meatball? Very unkind comments, but Cystina takes it all in stride, or appears to. I don't know really if the comments hurt her. I'm sure they do. These people are nonstop with her. Anyway, that's what we got going on today. I was outside the storage unit, putting on my makeup, combing my hair, listening to Taylor Swift, and I got to remember to look right here. Got to remember to look there. And two women scared the literal shit out of me, approached me. One came this way and one came this way. And I turned around and go, shit. And then I thought, okay, here it is. Here comes the storage police to say that I can't be podcasting in here. And guess what? That wasn't the case. They work next door at the place where there is a bunch of like restaurant equipment. They got freezers and walk-in things and places that you'd put a cold prep. You know, if you got a little restaurant, you got onions, olives, all that shit. So they sell that stuff, all the used equipment. And she said, she had an accent. We've been looking at you for months. We figured out who you were. We are so excited. We are big fans. And she's like, I know you saw us staring at you. And I probably did. I might have mentioned it on here a couple times, but I don't remember. And apparently their son, Hunter, knows Beth Franks. So what a small world. And I told them, hey, we got to get you on the podcast. So I got to get this set up in here for 3 people because we got to get those gals on the podcast. Very nice gals. They said, do you drink? And I said, no, ma'am. Got enough mental health problems going on. Do not need to add alcohol to the mix, if you know what I mean. And another great thing about finding these nice women, I think their names were Ashley and Diane. And I always ask people their names and then immediately forget. That's just the thing that I do. Why do I even ask? I don't know, because I'm immediately going to forget. But they said I could come over at any time and use the restroom, and I am feeling really blessed today to know that. Don't have to pee in a Kool-Aid jug. You're seeing me drink water probably for the first time ever, and I'm trying to get more water. If I can get at least one of these a day, That'd be good. And it might not seem a lot to you, but that's a lot of water for me because I don't drink water. Is Deer Park one of our sponsors? No, we don't have any sponsors. You guys are the sponsors. Anybody that's on the Patreon, consider yourself a sponsor. Because you guys make this podcast happen. And if you're not on Patreon, that's fine. Times are tough. Inflation is high. McDonald's #1 meal will cost you a lot of money. I don't know how much, but a lot. Let's see if I can. Speaking of sponsors, let's get into this. Let's get into our voicemail and see what's shaking in there today. Alrighty. My last Google search was dog ear yeast infection because Harold said that Kano is scratching his ears and he thinks he has a yeast infection, and that is gross. Google Voice. Google Voice. Let's just start off here at the top. It's a 470 number, and it says suspected spam. We'll see about that. I'm going to just put not spam. Yeah, because I can see they're saying my name, so that is not spam. What I can't see is the thing to play.
Hi, Libbie. Postal carrier here. I've wanted to call for a long time, but I didn't know if it would be heard or worth it. But this week on Flop, you guys talked about how some asshole said you were boring. And I just want to say, you bring so much joy and laughter and hope to my life. You and Tina, Randy, all of the crew has done so much for me in the past year, in a really hard time in my life. You feel like my best friends that don't know you are my best friends. And I'm a mail carrier, and when I'm out there sweating my balls off like today, I am stalking the podcast feed to see when Flop City, the viral podcast storage, has new episodes because it literally brings so much joy and laughter to my life. So fuck that dude. Because you bitches rock. And I just wanted to say, on a serious note, you guys really all have done a lot for my mental health. You made me feel better about things that I was insecure about and felt like I was alone. And you really have been an angel in my life, and I love you so much. And keep doing stuff where you can do stuff, because I'm stalking you all and trying to get all of the content that I can. Thank you for all you do. Currently sitting in the CVS pickup line like an elderly woman to pick up my drugs for my tonsillectomy next week. So, thought I would call. Hope you hear it, but if not, it's still been worth it to have you guys in my ear holes all the time. So just keep on keeping on, man. I love you.
Love you. You didn't say your name, honeys. 470. You're a postal carrier. That's a hot job. Did I hear you say that you're getting a tonsillectomy next week? Wow. I heard that getting that as an adult is hard. Not trying to scare you. I'm sure you've already Googled this. I heard as an adult it's really difficult. When you're doing it as kids, it's like, I guess you don't remember how bad it was. I don't know. We are here to uplift you. Let's see. When did this message come in? This message came in last Thursday. So you should be getting it this week. So we are here to uplift you after your surgery. We don't want you laughing a lot because it would probably hurt to laugh like this. Laughing without laughing. Just like this. Hope your tonsils came out. Hope that whatever the reason your tonsils came out, whether it be sleep apnea, chronic infection, swollenness, whatever the reason is, hopefully that this solves it. And hopefully you're eating a lot of cold things like popsicles, ice cream. I'm not a doctor, though. Don't if your doctor says don't eat those things because they have a lot of sugar, don't do it. I'm not a doctor. I'm only going on the information that I had as a child, and that information was that any child that got to remove their tonsils as a kid, first of all, they were cool because they got to be out of school. Secondly, they were cool because they got to eat Jell-O, ice cream, and a bunch of cool stuff. And thirdly, you were just cool. It's like, yeah, I'm getting my tonsils out. Mom, why can't I get my tonsils out? Why didn't I ever get my tonsils out? Why didn't I ever get to have glasses when I was a kid? Why didn't I ever get to have braces when I was in grade school? Those are all the things I wanted. Because I wanted to stand out just a little bit from everyone else. And I actually did. I'm going to take that back. I did stand out from all the other kids in my class because I had a haircut that can only be described as the Michael J. Fox haircut for a girl, where I looked like a man. So I definitely did stand out. Or did I blend in more because people thought I was a boy child? We don't know. Hearing lots and lots of sirens. I'm going to address two things on my body. First, we got the bruise. People are going to say, who hurt you? Who's beating you up? Is Harold beating you up? What happened? What happened? This is the unfortunate effects of getting my blood drawn. And because I am needlephobic, I cannot have blood drawn from this area. It has to be from my hands or right here. And this is where they happen to take it. Now, why was I getting my blood drawn? Because I was in a clinical study for lipedema where they're trying to figure out all kinds of different things about lipedema. What causes it? Is it hereditary? Well, we know it's hereditary. What causes it? What can we do to cure it? How do we get rid of it? What are some of the factors of the women that have it? What happens to their bodies when it gets to certain stages? And they did an in-body scan, first of all, which pretty much measures all the fluid in your body, which limbs have what fluid. It measures pretty much anything. Not anything, but it measures a lot of stuff. Then they did this other scan. I can't remember what it was called. I keep calling it the DMX scan, but that's not what it is. It basically showed my skeleton, my muscle mass, my fat. And boy, was that cool to see my skeleton. I've never seen my skeleton. I've seen my skull in a x-ray for my teeth, but never seen my full body skeleton. And man, I'm going to tell you, I was told as a child I was big boned. You know? I was told I was big boned. And it turns out that's not true. I have regular sized bones. I thought when I would see my skeleton, I would see maybe a big bone that looked like a dinosaur bone. Nope, they're just regular sized bones. Uh-oh, the wasps are back. Pretty much what I can confirm from this information that I submitted for, I didn't submit it. I don't know why I'm saying I submitted it. A very wonderful woman named Caroline, who is the scheduling assistant, scheduling manager. I don't know what her job is. She's a cool lady. Helped me tremendously. She's the one that's doing all this. In addition to my doctor, who is Dr. Aday. One of the only men in Nashville that knows what lipedema is, apparently. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. Cholesterol is back to normal. It was kind of high there, and now it's back to normal. Some other weird things that probably need to be addressed. There's a lot of inflammation, which we know because lipedema is inflammation. That's why I'm drinking more water and adding things to my diet like berries, blueberries, Guess what happened, everyone? Guess what happened? Camera got too hot. So we are shining the camera on. We're shining the, what's it called? Fan on the camera. And while we were getting that together, I met another person from over there, Hunter, the son. And he was very nice. And he told me to go to Union Hill, Union Hill Bar, because they have incredible barbecue, is what he said. And after I just got done talking about eating anti-inflammatory stuff, then I can't stop thinking about barbecue. Anywho, next week I will be getting my implant placed. It will be very traumatic, to say the least. I will be put out. I asked her about the sedation, because I'm like, dude, what if I'm sedated, but I'm actually awake and can feel everything, and I'm paralyzed and can't say anything? And she assured me that wasn't going to happen. We believe her. That's what we're doing. We're believing her. Because I'm scared to death that they're going to put me under partially, and I am going to just be like, I can feel everything, but I can't move or say anything, and everything's black. But she assured me that was going to happen, and I believe her, because she's the professional, not me. Who am I? Just some lady that's paying $5,000 to get her tooth back in. Is it worth it? We don't know. We don't even know if there's going to be enough bone, because he has to do a bone thing and a skin thing and taking pieces of skin from here and putting it there, and it's disgusting. All that so that I don't look like this. And I like looking like this. Truth be told, if I didn't have a lisp, I'd leave it. I'd absolutely leave it. If talking wasn't my job, I would leave it. It's 88 degrees here in the storage space with 50% humidity. It says that it's high. On the little house thing, it says it's high. Okay. The low today would be 68. That's good. I should have came in here when it was 68 degrees. What else is going on with me? Talked about my tooth. Talked about Cystina. Talked about a voicemail. Talked about... I haven't really talked about Mexico too much. Somebody said they wanted me to talk about Mexico. There's not really much to say about Mexico. I had a good time. It was really beautiful. It was very hard to get around. I ate a lot of good food. Got some relaxation. Rode some four-wheelers. Didn't get to swim. And that's the thing. When I'm on vacation, I like to go swimming. I like to be in an ocean or a swimming pool. And it's just in Puerto Vallarta where we were. It just wasn't as accessible, not just for somebody that has hard time getting around. It wasn't accessible for just regular people too. The beaches right near where we were very rocky and rough, and the waves could potentially sweep you out. Also the what's it called? Not the surf, not the tide. The undercurrent, what's it called? Foot current. You know what I'm trying to say. That stuff will pull you out. And I'm not a strong swimmer. I like to be in a calm water where every once in a while I feel a wave like this. That's as much of a wave as I like. And I'm going to tell you about this not because I want to start a dialogue about me doing this, but I got a personal trainer yesterday at the Y because I want to begin building my strength back up in my legs. That would really, really help me a lot, I believe. And, I've done gym stuff before. I've done different kind of trainings, but I wanted to refamiliarize myself with how many sets I should be doing, how much weight I should be doing, how do I use this machine? And I'm going to tell you, I'm a lot stronger than I thought. My arms are very strong. And she kept saying, your arms are very strong. I was apparently lifting the same amount of weight as my trainer does. And my arms are extremely strong. And I think that's because my arms have to take up a lot of slack for what these legs can't do. But when I was on the machine, the leg press machine, oh, God, it felt good. And I could feel muscles being activated that haven't been activated in a while. And it's hard to activate my leg muscles when I'm walking because my gait is so bad that I'm not engaging all of the different muscles that I should properly be engaging when I'm walking, because everything is off and everything hurts. I don't want to go into this saying like, oh, I'm going to lose a ton of weight, this, that, and everything, because that kind of stuff doesn't make me feel good. What makes me feel good is knowing that I have someone that can help me get stronger. And man, that's what I need, because my right leg is not strong. And the reason I know that is because when I am walking up the steps, the left leg is taking up the slack for the right leg. Because I walk up the steps like a little kid. Step. When I was doing this exercise where we stepped up on a step and then swung our leg, right side, bam, step, boom, step, boom. Right leg, psh. Left leg was like, I can't handle this. Please stop. Kind of even had to hold on. There was a little window in front of me. And first of all, I said, what if I go through the window? Would be hysterical. Got to remember to look right here. But yeah, we need to get that right leg strong. We need to get that right leg right, is what I'm saying. We need to get that right leg right. We need to get these arms arming. We need to get this chest chesting. I was like this. Lifting. Pull. She was going to have me ride a bike for a little bit. I'm like, you know what? Bike isn't the best choice for me right now. I need to lose some weight first because I can't do a full flex on a bike. And the reason I know that is because I take a aqua bike class called, I forget what it's called, water bikes. And I can't, when the other ladies are standing up and pedaling, I can't because my knee gets like fucked up, locked. So I did this other machine, was kind of like a recumbent, I don't know what's called. It's like a recumbent. I'm just basically pushing like this, and my arms are going like this. Good cardiovascular help. So yeah, I feel pretty happy about that and excited. Really pushed myself. About 2 minutes in, I almost quit.
Tina dball.
Uh-oh, we got to answer this call from Tina dball. Oh, maybe it was an accident. About 2 minutes in, I wanted to quit because I felt really embarrassed being at the gym. It was embarrassed being
Tina dball.
Tina dball, you are live on Storage Podcast. How could I help you? One moment. Can you hear me, Tina?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, you're live here on the podcast. What's going on?
Hey there, Storage Podcast. First off, I'd like to ask when this episode airs before I start saying what I'm going to say.
It airs tomorrow.
It airs tomorrow. Okay. Well, let me just say I've got a business opportunity for you, an opportunity to be in a television show as my partner. It is a show that I'm not going to say on the air because I shouldn't say the show yet, but it's a show that I sent you in a text message about, and we are going to be the little secret shopper guys. You know what I'm talking about, baby.
Whoa,
so
bam, bam.
I am.
Shoo, pew, pew. Is it okay for me to air this, or should I cut it out?
I don't know. I mean, I say air it. Why not? We didn't say the name of the show.
Somebody's going to figure it out. That's okay. We don't know about NDAs.
I don't know anything. I have no idea. I'm just being a comedian that's calling my other comedian colleague friend, and they had happened to be live on their own podcast, airing through New York Times, through a big, large Netflix billboard.
Holy cow, friends. We got a business opportunity from, as she said, her colleague.
Yep.
You said colleague.
I think the coolest part about this whole call is that I was actually able to really provide you with a business opportunity.
I know. It's almost like you set this up, but I guarantee you that she didn't.
Oh, I 1,000,000% did not. I just got off the phone with this lady on the couch. I'm getting ready to go to my bar job. I am drinking a Polar orange vanilla seltzer. Really been hitting those hard the last few days.
Whoa.
They were on sale for $2.50 at Schnook.
And locally here in Nashville, we don't have a Schnucks. What I can say about a Schnucks is very expensive. Quality products, though.
Okay, because Libbie, yesterday when I went to the grocery store, this is how mad and ridiculous the prices were. Me and an older black lady scoffed at the prices together. And then we sat there and added up the prices on this one toilet paper, and we both deemed that it was the best one. And I said to her, I go, this is why I don't come here, man. I'm going to Aldi. I can't even believe I'm in here right now.
Why
These
were you
prices,
there?
because I had to. Closest one, didn't want to do the detour or any of that business.
Well, I hope that you and this lady are lifelong friends now after bonding over inflation.
I actually didn't get any of her contact info, which as a business opportunity provider, I should always be getting people's contact info. I hate you, dude. You're so stupid.
One lady made a comment the other day that says she doesn't like when I play my sounds because they're too loud and it hurts her ears. So
okay. Well,
I'll try to.
Are you going to turn them down?
I'll turn it down a little bit next
Yeah,
time.
maybe turn them down a notch, because I think that lady could really still experience the joy of sound effects. Just, she just needs them a little quieter, and I think she'll still be able to get the joke.
I think it scares her though, because my voice is at one level, and apparently those buttons she called them are just off the charts. But to me, that's funny. I want to startle the audience. I want the audience to pay attention. I don't want the audience to become too relaxed.
Oh no, we want to keep them on their toes, and we want them to know we're also on our toes.
Yep.
You think I'm walking around flat-footed? No, I walk around like a 2-year-old on their toes constantly.
You think that trainer yesterday who had me do 12 calf lifts on each leg knew that my legs were going to be burning today? No, she didn't think they'd be burning. She thought this will be a good exercise. Well, guess what? Burning and yearning. And that tells me muscles are being activated that haven't been activated in a while, and that's what I want!
Yep, that's what we want here.
Sorry that I yelled.
Please don't be sorry. I love that. That's one of my favorite things to do on stage is to pull the mic away and scream when I say something hilarious.
And if you guys don't know who this on the phone, it's Tina dball. And if you don't follow her, go ahead and follow her on all her socials. She's working on a couple of projects now. One of them being called, I don't know what the project called is, but it's Svetlana.
Yep.
Check out that project.
I don't know.
She's got her whole YouTube
the project
running.
Sorry.
She's
Go
got
ahead.
a couple of playlists on her project, on her YouTube that you might want to check out. One being COVID-19 workouts, and the other one, I didn't even know what it was.
I fucking hate all of my friends. They don't ever. I hate you. I hate Paige. I hate everyone. I hate Rafe. Rafe roasted me for we did a VAT-19 commercial shoot today. Or not a commercial shoot, just like a sketch for them. Which, have you ever been in that building, Libbie? It is so cool.
No, I've never been invited there.
Well, hopefully you will sometime soon when you're in St. Louis filming that one show that I told you about.
Fuck.
Yeah, it's going to be nuts. I'm going to send you the contact info. Sorry, hold on. Let me finish. Let you finish pitching me, and then I'll get off the phone so you can finish your podcast. But go on and pitch me. Again, what was my name? Tina dball. We have
Tina
a podcast.
D-Ball. We have a podcast called Slap City.
Mm-hmm.
And I haven't talked about this yet today, but Tina and I are going on tour this fall. Just the two of us. And we're going to go to a city near you if you live anywhere near this area. We don't know how far we're going out yet. Because we'll be limited to 2 drivers.
2 drivers, 1 car.
2 drivers, 1 car, 1 elderly driver who only can drive at night because during the day she'll fall asleep. And then the other driver is a day driver. So,
yep.
But what's important is that Tina and I have come to a point in our careers where we're going to start not only headlining, but co-headlining, which I think is better than headlining because if something goes wrong, you can't blame me, blame my co-headliner. It's her fault, or vice versa. Something goes wrong for you, you can blame me, your co-headliner.
Mm-hmm.
This isn't a situation where all the blame can fall onto one headliner. It can fall on 2 headliners.
Exactly. If somebody reviews our show and says, wow, this was a co-headlining show and I hated Tina dball, but I loved Libbie Higgins. Well, guess what? Can't blame it all on me. It's still because it's a co-headlining thing, right? Okay? And we both made the decision to allow the other to be on the show. And we are deciding, hey, you know what? I like this person's style so much that not only am I going to align myself with them financially and with lots of business opportunities, but I am also going to be vouching for all of the content they say on stage, while sometimes riffing and possibly sometimes a little too high.
Yep, that's it.
Okay, honeys.
I'm very excited about it. That's all I've thought about for the last 3 days.
Yeah, I can't wait to go on tour, so make sure to put in the comments what cities you want us to come to. We're thinking early November, y'all. I think that's what we're looking at, okay? We're looking at an early November tour date. We don't know the tour name, but it's going to be sick. It's going to be sicker than you can imagine, okay?
That's right.
It's going to be wonderful.
It's going to be...
Oh, that was a bad Trump impression.
It's going to be the best tour that was ever toured. That was
it's going to be great.
Terrible Trump thing. Man, I just want to show your picture here on my podcast. The beautiful picture that pops up when you call. It is alarming how beautiful it is. I'm like, is a model calling me?
Is it the Chiefs photo?
It's with the red background, the striped shirt, and you're just looked beautiful, you know?
Well, you're not going to believe the contact photo I have for you when you call. It's that photo of you in like what looks like a white trash lady wig where you have your t-shirt pulled up and your nipples hanging out.
And just the angle of the whole photo. I know what photo you're talking about. The angle of it is what really sells it. It's just the longest tit you've ever seen.
It is so funny, and I love when I post screenshots from our text on my stories, and only like a few people will be like, oh my God, that contact photo.
That tit.
Okay, Storage Podcastins, I love y'all. And if you don't listen to our podcast, Slop City, you should. And if you don't listen to it because you don't like me, then fuck you. Just kidding. I love you guys so much. And Libbie, I hope you have a really great rest of your day in Nashville, Tennessee. I'll be in St. Louis, Missouri.
Okay, and I will call you back about this business opportunity.
Okay, see you later to chat about the business opportunity.
See you later.
The day.
See you later,
Carpe
my colleague.
diem. Okay, colleague. Love you.
Love you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
That's right. You heard it here. Not first, but I'll say you heard it here. Didn't hear it here first. We're going on tour, and we can't wait. And I'm excited to test out my headlining chops. Is it full headlining? No, because it's a co-headline. So if your co-headliner does an hour, each of us will do a half an hour. Probably have an opener that's local. Plan on taking as much merch as I can fit into the vehicle. And I'm talking little merch. I'm talking like magnets. Maybe some koozies. Little light stuff that we can pack into a car because we don't have a trailer And I don't know if the T-shirts is going to be part of that. But I want to take lots of merch. And that's it. That's what we're going to do. And I can't wait. And I'm very excited. I'm very, very excited. Like I said, this is all I've thought about for days. I'm like, of course we should be doing this. When we're not traveling with Chelsea and we're off or whatever, we should be picking up more gigs. Look at that. Almost done with that water. Wish it was as delicious as Coke. Let's listen to another voicemail. Uh-oh, site can't be reached. What does that mean? How's y'all's week going? You doing good? You having fun? Should have ate before I left because, man, I am hungry. All right, this is a...
Hi, Libby. My name is
507.
Kelsey. I am an avid listener to Storage, and thank you very much for your content. I very much appreciate it. Just calling to say hi. Also, going to ask you, what is your top destination choice of a vacation, and who would you bring? Thank you. Have a good day. Bye.
Oh, that is such a good question, Kelsey. Thank you. I just talked about this earlier. My destination choice is going to be, and I don't know that I have found it yet, but it's going to be a place that has crystal clear, warm water. Not too warm and not too cold. And basically a nice beach vibe. So a Bahama, a Mexico. I don't know other countries that have crystal clear water. I'm talking crystal clear. I'm not talking a little bit clear. I'm talking you could see your foot. And I love currently traveling with Harold. We have a lot of fun together. But I also would love for Sis to be able to go somewhere. If I can only take one person, that's a hard one. It's going to be between Sis and Harold. It's probably going to be Sis first because Sis doesn't get to go as many places. And if Sis can't get off work, then Harold. Or I could take Sis first, then me and Harold go to the same place. Ooh, is there something crawling on me? Crystal, that's what I want. I want to take a fun noodle, that's what I call them, fun noodles, into the water, place my arms around it, and float. That's what I like to do for vacation. There's something very therapeutic for me about being in the ocean water, or any water for that matter, because, first of all, the pain of lipedema vanishes because my body is pretty much weightless. And the sun gives me life. It gets all this life. That's why the sun's there. Did I have a little bit of a vitamin D deficiency? Yeah. Am I working on that? Yeah. But that also is typical. Vitamin D deficiency is also typical in people with lipedema. And probably large people too. Working on that. But yeah. And I want the beach to have a nice beach chair. I don't want the beach to have one of those rickety white lawn chairs that if anyone over the size of a second grader will crush it, break it. I need a sturdy beach chair that's not on the ground. I don't want a beach chair that you sit on the ground because I could just sit on the ground. I want a beach chair that's sturdy at an appropriate height and also will not stick to me when I sit down on it with a wet behind. Probably just put a towel on it. That's the answer to your question, Chelsea. I'm sorry, Kelsey. Very close to Chelsea. A beach with crystal clear water, nice chairs, and maybe, and this is a big ask, but maybe behind me on the beach, there's a little hut that serves ice cold Coke Zero, ice cold Maybe every once in a while, margarita. Every once in a while, maybe 1 or 2. And then piping hot snacks like maybe some carne asada and some cilantro, some onion, and then you put it in a little taco and you eat it. That, I don't need to go to museums. I don't need to go sightseeing. I need for my vacation to be in a beach. At some point, I would love to go to Greece, Italy. Where else? I want to go back to England. I want to go to Scotland. I do want to do all those things. Those are vacations. But my ideal vacation, my number one vacation, beach, baby. And maybe one day I'll get rich enough where I could say, hey, I want to buy a beachfront home. And then I do that. But I don't see that anywhere in the near future. And I'm not buying a timeshare, so don't even ask. Damn. Not buying a time. Oh, these arms. Oh, they're feeling it. They are feeling it. Oh, I forgot. I was talking about the bruise. That's how I got the bruise. I wanted to talk about this. I had my second laser tattoo removal on there, and people have been saying, like, why are you getting that removed? I never really liked it. And I looked up, just out of curiosity one day, looked up the cost to remove it, and it's not very expensive. And I'm like, let me just try it. So I've had two sessions. First session didn't hurt as bad. Well, yesterday he cranked up that laser, and it hurt a lot more. And I feel like it's a little bit lighter. It's very swollen. I don't know how many sessions I'm going to have. He probably did tell me that and I forgot. But here we are. Jeez, let's listen to one more voicemail. If you're on the Patreon, thank you so much, everybody. I appreciate it. Like I said, you guys are my sponsors. You are the sponsors of me. This is from a 678 number.
Oh, Annie. I wanted to call and ask about your cat. What would you say is Annie's weirdest thing? My cat is not the most cuddly cat at all. Like, she would never lay in the bed with me. It's just not her thing. But for my morning shits, I have a regular morning attempt or successful shit every morning, but her thing is coming into the bathroom, and she is so cuddly, just while I'm chilling in the bathroom. And if it's a quick pee, that's not good enough. She's got to sit there for a little bit, and then she just cannot control herself. She's got to get in my lap, and we cuddle. I mean, it's great for me, so no complaints, but it just makes me think of little Annie, and hopefully I get to hear, oh, Annie, from you. It's so precious. Anyways, bye.
Thanks for your call, and thanks for asking about Annie. Annie, the weirdest thing that Annie does, and I'm not even going to say it's weird, but you know when a cat sprays something and they back up to it and they kind of, their tail kind of shakes and their legs kind of go up and down? She does that all the time, but nothing's coming out. So she's not spraying anything. And I don't know if there's some pheromones that are coming out that I can't visibly see, but there's no liquid flying out. And I've seen cats, specifically boy cats, do it where their piss will actually fly out of their butts and they're marking their territory. So I don't know what that's all about. I probably should research it. That is weird. And she does it when she's excited. Like when I come home, she'll back up and get something and start. Maybe she's trying to assert her dominance over me. I don't know. And just like your cat, my cat's not very cuddly. She will lay on me and by me, but she's never been one where it's like she'll lets me hold her for too long and cuddles me. She'll kiss me. But yeah, she's not a cuddler. As far as the bathroom, same with Annie. Every time I go to the bathroom, she comes in there, falls down. She falls down. That's what I say. She falls down and gets on her back and just kind of waits for me to be done. And she's the light of my life, that little girl. I love that little girl. And I've noticed lately, because she's getting old. She's about 8 now. I've noticed that her eyes specifically have a look that is, you know, when you see an older cat or an elderly cat and their eyes look sort of foggy, I want to say, like a cataract-y looking. Just look like an older cat's eyes, and it kind of, I saw it earlier today. I looked, and it made me a little sad. Because, you know, we are here with them. They're only here with us for a very limited time. Although I've had cats that live to be 20, so I don't know why I'm acting like Annie's going to pass away any second now. Because she is healthy. But yeah, I noticed that little fogginess, and I was like, oh, my girl's getting old. We're getting old together, Annie. Love that cat. And she's very vocal. She's a very vocal cat. She's one of the most vocal cats I've ever had. I can say Annie, and she'll say, ah. In fact, I found this video yesterday. It was on my Instagram, and it was not Instagram. It was on my Facebook as like a memory. And I was talking to Annie, and I had just gotten her, so she was a kitten. And she sounded so cute. So disturbed. Why isn't it playing right? So disturbed. Little girl. Little girl. Why are my eyebrows turning gray? I know. I'm so disturbed. Little girl. That, her voice sounds exactly the same, except like a kitten. And I can't explain that. It sounds exactly the same, but as a kitten. And when I saw that, I lost my mind. So little and cute. I guess at that time in 2016, I had just started seeing some gray eyebrows, and it was disturbing me. I don't have too many now. I'd say maybe each eyebrow has maybe 4 to 5 gray hairs, which is cool. You know, whatever. I'm not scared of aging. But at the time, apparently, I was. She did it. She drank that whole water. That is an accomplishment. Everybody give me a round of applause. Turn that down for the button lady. But I'm going to wrap it up. I'm getting hot. It's 90 degrees in here now. And it's time to go. Maybe I'll find a pool to jump into. I won't, because there aren't any around here. But thank you for your support. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Thank you for calling in. Thank you for being on the Patreon. Thank you for clicking on links that I send. Thank you for coming to shows. Thank you for everything, basically. And that'll do it. Wrong one. Turning that down for the button lady. Button lady doesn't like the loud buttons. I get it because I hate loud noises. I'm sorry if I hurt your ears, button lady. Button lady. Shout out to the button lady. We're going to try to be more quiet. And cut.